Alright, first off, I want to say all praises to Yahweh Shem Yahushai, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to the brothers in the highways and byways pushing his word now, sincerity and truth. The sisters, the believers, the help, shalom. As a matter of fact, it's supposed to be called Halal Yahweh, Bashem, Yahushai, Bashem, Rakah, Kwadash. So yeah, kind of get used to that. And we just basically want to do a small lesson upon centurions or Israelites who enroll in the Roman army, because a lot of people have the notion so once them hear Roman in the scripture, it talk about Esau or somebody of an other nation. For example, like Cornelius. Because I say, oh, Cornelius was a Roman soldier. So that them don't understand the whole fact of Hellenization, what happened with from the time of the Greeks, even what happened in the time of Rome, right? So that's bring out some information as it pertains to the to Israelites in Roman Roman service as soldiers, and also give some examples in the scriptures and show why we're sure say oh the people are Israelites, right? So this thing that we have right here is a question from reddit.com, right? And it's a person asking, did Jews ever serve in the Roman army, right? And basically the person who already replied person said, I could answer your question and cite this as a source, but it's not very long, so I expect you'll just want to read it if you're interested. So him give a PDF a document, and basically me skim through it, but maybe later on we do a stronger lesson on it, right? But him basically give a summary on what is within this PDF document, right? And it says, okay, I'll I'll do my best to summarize. Jews did serve in the Roman military in various capacities from early in the Augustus rule to, to 5th century CE.
The 5th century CE.
The 5th century EE, Slovakia, right? So it shows that obviously Rome being such a vast empire, them all get soldiers from all about, right? Them all recruit soldiers from all aspects of them empire. I promise them land, wealth, and all these various things, right? To be a part, because they have what is known as the Roman auxiliary, and then you have a next part of the Roman army. I'm gonna remember what the next one, but one he basically made up of full Roman citizens, and a next set basically with soldiers from different nations, right? So going through where does I read where him says Jews in Roman military came from many different places. Some were settlers in Rome or other parts of the Italian peninsula, but most came from the Roman province such as Egypt and Armenia. Now we have in Paul I tell we say oh him come from Sicily, right? Paul was an example of an Israelite will live within certain aspect or close to Rome, right? And as it say, your provinces such as Egypt, right? In the time of the Ptolemy the second, which is Ptolemy Philadelphus, him are the one who basically there do the Library of Alexandria, and him bring up the 70 Hebrew scholars basically for come to Egypt to translate the scriptures in a Greek. Hence they have the Septuagint, and they tell you that when I go through the history, they tell you that a lot of Israelites move go to Egypt within that time. As a matter of fact, I got Second Maccabees 1, right, and read the excerpt from Second Maccabees 1. So a lot of people don't understand this aspect of the scriptures and knowing that look, you have Israelites where they scattered throughout the four corners of the earth, and even those were in Jerusalem at the time, because what a lot of people don't know also is that in the time of Yahushai, the Roman they have besieged Jerusalem. Then they have them Roman garrisons within Jerusalem as well, and some of the soldiers where they served at that time within Jerusalem as Roman soldiers were Israelites, right? One.
Second Maccabees 1.
Start at one.
Right, there's Second Maccabees chapter 1 verse 1. So the brethren, the Jews that be at Jerusalem and in the land of Judea, which unto the brethren unto the brethren, the Jews that are throughout Egypt, health and peace.
I say that. So he said what? To the Jews which are in Egypt. health and peace. So the account of Second Maccabees, what was written to the Israelites that were in Egypt, right? As the help back up even this where this person have right here said you have Israelite soldiers will come from provinces such as Egypt and Armenia, right? It says some Jews volunteered for the Roman army to gain citizenship or increase status, and others were conscripted, right? So just like in a time of Antiochus where you have wicked men where say, oh look, we're gonna follow the ways of the Greeks, same thing happening at the time of Rome. And some people they see it as a way to get healthy. Jews would tell themselves they want what? Status, want increase in their status and wealth, right? Them just join the Roman army if you say, all right, now I'm gonna go get some money. Even now in today's society, you have GX will say them are go America, join the army just to get money.
Now a quick one, just shows the Jews also in a room. This is Acts chapter 2, and let's start at verse 5, and then let's skip to verse 10 to get the main point. This is Acts 2, verse 5. It says, and they were dwelling at Jerusalem, Jews, devout men out of every nation under heaven. It says, I will start at verse 8. And how hear we every man in our own tongue where we were born.
Exactly. So when the Spirit fall upon the apostles, right, all of the Jews them from the different sector, from the different places of the world, right, basically them they come up to Jerusalem because them they know so them are Hebrews, them know them they are Israelite, them come to celebrate the Passover and everything. And even though some of them born in them lands, them hear the apostles them are talking in them language there. Continue.
So skip to point verse 10. It said from Phrygia and Pamphylia in Egypt and in the parts of Libya about Cyrene.
Exactly, because Cyrene is supposed to be where Animal the Great they basically take over as an Israelite, right? One eye province where basically I run. Go on.
You say
Hannibal Barca. Go on.
You say and strangers of Rome, Jews and proselytes.
Exactly. So and if I read that chapter here, you see all of the other places, the Medes and all about
Medes, Elamites, those in Mesopotamia, Judea, Cappadocia, Pontus, and Asia.
Exactly, all about. So you have Israelites so these scattered throughout the whole area of the Roman Empire and did join the Roman army, right? Continue says a notable example of this was the Egyptian Jew Tiberius Julius Alexander, who may have attained the rank of Praetorian prefect and was second in command to the future emperor Titus during the siege of Jerusalem. This is some debate as to how Jewish these soldiers are, but the article indicates that many of these soldiers maintain some kind of Jewish identity, right? So even Elatadi bring out this already, right? So it was a Jew who helped Titus them basically take down Jerusalem in 70 AD, right? So hey, they always have Israelites that were part of the Roman army, right? So we'll get some examples from the scriptures now to show that, right?
Matthew?
Yeah.
Alright, so this is Matthew chapter 8, verse 5. And when Yahushua was entered into Capernaum, there came unto him a centurion, beseeching him, and said, Lord.
So hold on, you have a centurion. She basically a captain over 100 in the Roman army. A centurion is a rank within the Roman army, and that rank was a very very prestigious rank, so to speak. It was a very high rank, right? And in the meantime, you know, see me can find a video here, right? It was a very prestigious rank to have you in Rome as a Roman soldier. As a matter of fact, we just played a video here.
There are two main types of soldier. A legionary is a Roman citizen, an auxiliary is not. Each must supply his own equipment and swear an oath of loyalty to the emperor. Legionaries join an infantry unit as part of a group of 8 men, a contubernium, who all share sleeping quarters. New soldiers are stuck with fatigues, dirty jobs, until they secure a specialist post. 10 contubernia form a century, with its own standard bearer, commander of the watch, second in command, and a centurion to lead them all.
So see that? That was the a man we basically in control of all of that we just see. Right? As a matter of fact, we can stop it right there, but we just have
6 centuries together make up a cohort. And 10 cohorts, plus a small cavalry unit, the Equites Legionis, make up the biggest Roman army unit of them all, the legion. The legion.
So this have to do with straight Roman citizens, and yet you have Israelites who were Roman citizens, right? Go on.
Symbol is the Roman eagle, borne aloft by the aquilifer. Cohorts in a legion are numbered 1 to 10. Cohort 1 is extra large, with 5 double centuries. Its centurions are the senior-ranking primi ordines, and the most senior of all is primus pilus, or first file. He can be promoted to be praefectus castrorum, camp prefect, in charge of the daily running of the legion. Outranking this camp prefect are 7 men, 6 staff officers, the tribuni, and the commander of the entire legion, the legatus. Back in Rome, he's a member of the Senate, the empire's 600-strong ruling elite. But in the field, he commands his legion of some 6,000 troops, each a Roman citizen. But while these citizen legionaries are the backbone of the Roman army, the non-Roman citizens, the auxiliaries, are the specialists. In auxiliary cohorts, men recruited across the empire use their talents and abilities in the service of Rome.
And look, in part here, come down to the region of Jerusalem, right? When you look throughout them parts here, look on the map for where the other soldiers of the auxiliary would have come from, right?
One area of expertise was horsemanship. There are cavalry-only regiments, the ala, a few double-strength cavalry regiments, including one in Britain, the ala Petriana, also part-mounted cohorts, and some auxiliary cohorts are just regular infantry, organised like the legionary cohorts. But the similarities stop here, at the cohort. Auxiliaries are part of no bigger unit. There's no legion and no legate to command them. Instead, each cohort has its own high-ranking commander, who leads these more compact maneuverable units. And when an auxiliary soldier has served the Roman army for 25 years, a great reward awaits. He gets a plot of land, a pension, and all of the rights of a Roman citizen, for him, his children, and the generations to come.
Exactly. So them we basically get conscripted. This is how them go for. Them go for more money, land, and for basically get Roman citizenship. But if you realize the centurions, they're actual Roman citizens. So this centurion basically, he was a Roman citizen, but he have family assets within Jerusalem same way because he stick with him heritage, right? Just like how Paul was also a Roman citizen, but him stick with him roots from Israel, right? Continue.
Alright,
And he say, yo, him call him what? Him call Yahushai Lord. Why would I call you Yahushai Lord? Because him understand the whole prophecy about Yahushai. Him understand who Yahushai was, right? So and he basically him understand the doctrine overall, right? Hence him a one Israelite, right? Go on.
Alright, now I'm reading over back. Matthew chapter 8, verse 5. And when Yahushua was entered into Capernaum, there came unto him a centurion, beseeching him, and said, Lord, my servant lieth at home sick of the palsy, grievously tormented. And Yahushua said unto him, I will come and heal him. The centurion answered and said, Lord, I am not worthy that thou shouldest come under my roof, but speak the word only, and my servant shall be healed. For I am a man under authority, having soldiers under me, and I say to this man, Go, and he goeth, and to another, Come, and he cometh, and to my servant, Do this, and he doeth it. When Yahushua heard it, he marveled, and said to them that followed, Verily I say unto you, I have not found so great faith, no, not in Israel.
Exactly, because what? The scripture tells us that him come unto him own and him own refuse him, meaning him come to the prophecy say he should come to the tents of Judah first, right? And then basically never accept him. But here you have a man already was so called Roman
Outcast.
citizen, where would that even though because yeah what the back then the Jews them they eat and it ate the Romans them, much less Jake were are fighting at the Roman army. Them would have looked upon him as an outcast, even though him is still connected to him Israelite roots. But the whole fact say he was a centurion, a lead and a fight in the Roman army. Since Charles is the one him film garrison is stationed within Jerusalem and him in a Jerusalem a help. So quote unquote police Jerusalem to keep the so-called peace for Rome. Basically in a Jerusalem uphold the interest of Rome at the time. So you can imagine how despised he was as a Roman. Right? Continue.
So, verse 11, And I say unto you that many shall come from the east and west, and shall sit down with Abraham and Isaac and Jacob in the kingdom of heaven.
Exactly, because what? Them scattered. Some say many shall come from what? The east and the west. Yes, I speak about what? The Gentiles. Right?
A quick one from at the top.
And already.
This is Baruch chapter 4, verse 36. O Jerusalem, look about thee toward the east, and behold the joy that cometh unto thee from the Most High. Lo, thy sons come, whom thou sentest away. They come gathered together from the east to the west, by the word of the Only One, rejoicing in the glory of the Most High.
Exactly, which is what? The gospel, the good news, which basically Yahushua came and delivered unto his disciples and basically to the churches actually and the men of the Lord out here preach that. So ultimately, you look upon Israel being gathered through the what? The word of the Messiah, right? Both the outcasts and those who know so them are Israel. Well, and they get to the point where what? The great falling away, all away was one outcast, and now we are come back to Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, despite how we look, and despite what we used to do out there in the world, right? Go on.
So go back to Matthew.
No, yeah, continue, Matthew, verse
Verse
12.
12 is about the children of the kingdom shall be cast out into utter darkness. There shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth.
Exactly, those who reject Yahushai. Go on.
And Yahushua said unto the centurion, Go thy way, and as thou hast believed, so be it done unto thee. And his servant was healed in the selfsame hour.
Exactly.
And the scripture says, believe. He
Exactly.
believed in Yahushua.
And in believing in Yahushua, we know that your faith not given to no other to another nation, right? You know Yahweh or Yahushua, right? So anybody who going receive Yahushua, anybody where Yahushua going tend to, are gonna be an Israelite, yo. We actually repent on Israel, will come to Israel, we have faith in him, right? Now go Mark 15 verse 39. Right? It's not a hard concept, but you know, niggas are always try to make it think complex more than what it is when some basic research or some basic understanding clear up everything. But then again, truth is not for everybody. Yo. Go on.
15:39. This is Mark chapter 15, verse 39. And when the centurion which stood over against him.
So there was at the time of Yahushua crucifixion, there was a centurion present, right? So another centurion being present. As a matter of fact, yeah, continue.
He said, saw that he so cried out and gave up the ghost. He said, Truly, truly, this man was a son of the Most High.
So why the Most High would have revealed that to a heathen, you know? Because a lot of people think that this centurion was a Edomite or was of another nation. Because they say he was a centurion and knows he's a Roman soldier. But if even when you watch certain documentaries and thing, you realize that even the real Romans, they have nothing to do with Israel. Not even they understand what them are talk about or why them are behave. So if a pilot say, yo, phone the law must can deal with this, why not bother with this? What this man do? Why problem with this? Probably the only man will understand an error because error them be basically understand the Jewish custom because of what Maccabean forefather they basically conquer them and make them force them to keep the laws, right? So era them would have probably understand, but like for the majority, right, true Romans are the full-blooded Edomite where they are still over the province. They never really understand the whole quote unquote squabble where they take place, yo. Them just know say yo the high priest and the jealous of Yahweh and just give him up to kill him, but them never understand the depth to where they are go. But him understand it to the point where him can say, yo, this was a son of God. Why? Because him understand what they take place, him understand the rift, and he understand why them basically give him up to kill him.
And not only necessarily the understanding, but he literally believed
Can
that he was the son of Yahweh, the Most High, which goes back to faith, which the children of the faith is accounted by seed, which
can
that seed is Yasharallah, Israel.
can
And just the other also in regards to Herod basically knowing the prophecy, how he knew it is basically as a brother give the history of the Levites them showing it. And also even when the wise men came to Jerusalem basically, we in counsel with Israel to find out where the prophecies say basically Yahweh go born. And I'm telling
can
because and a theme custom that he may really know them thing there. So he have to constantly check back with Israel. Is with an Israelite. But this centurion actually knew it because it's a part of his custom.
can. Hold on, let me find that. Just a sec. Okay, be ready. 1 sec. No, one here. No, no, no one here. Oh yeah. So it says John Hyrcanus ruled the Hasmonean state from 134 BCE through his death 104 BCE. During his reign, the state vastly expanded through conquest to include Samaria, Transjordan, and Idumea. Right? When John Hyrcanus conquered Idumea, he converted the Idumeans to Judaism, right? So he basically forced them to keep the laws, right? And I read a different article where I tell you say, basically that the only way them could have get to keep them land if them they agree to keep our customs, basically, right? So can we read about the next famous centurion where you have one heap of controversy in the doctrine of Israel about this centurion, you know?
And Christopher.
And Christians as well will try lean upon this. Oh, Cornelius was either my God.
This is Acts chapter 10, verse 1. There was a certain man in Caesarea called Cornelius, a centurion of the band called the Italian band. He said, a devout man, and the scripture say what they were dwelling at Jerusalem, Jews, devout men,
Can
you see me? Which that always go back to Israel. And one that feared, another clue again, the Most High with all his house, which gave much alms to the people and prayed to the Most High always.
Alright, easy this up,
One
right?
clue. This is basically whole verse about 5 clue.
Yeah, I sure you say oh this can only I deal with Israel.
Okay, most of them listen to nobody, no other nation prior.
Jump up verse 22.
Verse 22, it says, and they said, Cornelius the centurion, a just man, and one that feareth the Most High, and of good report among all the nation, of the Jews.
Alright, of who?
Of the
So
Jews.
even with Israelites, if they have a good report, so even if it shows say how them didn't know say I'm an Israelite, right? Go on.
Was warned from the Most High by an old angel to send for thee into his house and to hear the words of thee.
Exactly, and the Most High now appear to a heathen like that, yo. Especially concerning him head disciple Peter. Go um verse 34.
We can read verse 28 real quick and bring out some.
Yeah man, go on man.
Verse 28, and he said unto them, Ye know how that it is an unjust and unlawful thing for a man that is a Jew to keep company or come unto one of another nation, but the Most High had shewed me that I should not call any man common or unclean. And the word another nation, it comes from the Greek allo phulos, which actually literally means
Tribe.
tribe of Israel. Right, so that another tribe of Israel.
And not only that, Peter did get the vision because them always try associate with food because they be consider them what the outcast to be unclean or common or beast. So the most I show Peter in a vision say yo, you might call back those we basically were outcasts, right? Verse 34.
Verse 34. Then Peter opened his mouth and said,
Hold on there. As a matter of fact, so after Cornelius explained everything, start at verse 33, he basically explained everything to Peter why him sent for him. Go on.
verse 33.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry. He said, Immediately therefore I sent to thee, and thou hast well done that thou art come. Now therefore are we all here present before the Most High, to hear all the things that are commanded thee of the Most High.
And where scripture say, oh, him show him words unto Israel.
Yep.
Right? Go
The
on.
same statutes and commandments the other nation and know about it.
Can. As a matter of fact, can just get it real quick and then you go verse 34. Right? So hey, the doctrine is simple, yo. Simple to the elect. Right? Enough to try go deep, enough to try go hard. It does bring out the scriptures as they are. Right? The spirit speak, yo. Go on.
This is Psalms 147, verse 9. He showed his word unto Jacob, his statutes and his judgments unto Israel. He had not dwelt so with any nation, and as for his judgments, they have not known them. Praise ye the Lord.
So exactly. So when Cornelius and also you were there if you hear everything what God tell you if you tell we, or what God command you if you say. Obviously, them are Israelites. Continue.
He said, Then Peter opened his mouth and said, Of a truth, I perceive that the Most High is no respecter of persons, but in every nation he that feareth him and worketh righteousness is accepted with him.
But so them want to say every nation, right? But we already show say Israel scattered throughout all the nations, yo. Go on, continue. Verse 36.
He said, The word which the Most High sent unto the children of Israel, preaching peace by Yahushua Mashiach, he is Lord of all.
Exactly. So when him send the disciples throughout the four corners of the earth in every nation, he must send them to Israelites, right? As a matter of fact, what we're gonna do is we'll actually show you some examples, right? Go Acts 11 and 19.
Quick one, real quick.
Alright, go on.
Let's try to get the point, but right in my Bible, basically give me a reference to Isaiah 58 verse 19, but let's read the verse 18. He said, and the world basically do with Israel, you see me? Verse 18, I have seen his ways and will heal him. I will lead him also and restore comforts unto him to his mourners. I created the fruit of his lips, peace, peace to him that is far off, and to him that is near, said the Lord. and I will heal him.
Exactly. So the most Isaiah 58 tell us say, yo, the word that go to them where they are far off and to them where they near to heal them. Freeze up again. Hey, the scriptures them plain, yo. Right? So I'm go Acts 11 verse 19.
11 verse 19.
Mm-hmm.
This is Acts 11 verse 19. Now they were, now they which were scattered abroad upon the persecution that arose about Stephen travelled as far as Phoenicia and Cyprus and Antioch, preaching the word to none but unto the Jews only.
Exactly. So they have Israelites have because when people understand also when Paul got Thessalonica and Galatia and them places there, him always go at the Hebrew settlements or the so-called Jewish settlements. But even round about it, they have Jews will never know or Israelites will never know them Israel will still come and get converted, and also they have them where they know. That's why even when him lead at Jerusalem and them try to kill him, or somebody come from them settlements and come at Jerusalem and see Paul and one of the so-called Gentiles them and tell like say Paul carry him in the temple where them try to beat Paul and kill him. It's a Roman they have to come and save him. Right? Read also can go to Acts 14 and 1.
This is Acts chapter 14, verse 1. And it came to pass in Iconium that they went both together into the synagogue of the Jews, and so spake, that a great multitude both of the Jews and also of the Greeks believed.
Exactly. So the synagogues are our people known for have synagogues. So anywhere when him go where the synagogues and which mean where Israelites dwell and him teach, and as him say sure say even so-called Gentiles hear and believe. Right? Go go 17 and 1. Just to prove it.
Acts 17 and 1.
Mm-hmm.
This is Acts 17, verse 1. Now when they had passed through Amphilos and Apollonia, they came to Thessalonica, where was a synagogue of the Jews.
Then again, verse 17 and 10. Let's go through them. This is show say yo
Verse
all where Paul go to still are still Israelites him go around and people where and the Israelites, whether so-called Greeks or Jews, right? But him always got it what the chief place where the Israelite settlements them did there, right? But him also did teach Israelites whenever know so them are Israelites. One.
This is Acts 17, verse 10.
Mm-hmm.
It said, and the virgin immediately sent away Paul and Silas by night unto Berea, who coming thither went into the synagogue of the Jews.
Exactly. Right? 18 and 12, we have all them just type in the word Jews, right, as it pertains to Paul and him travelings. And you see, hey, I'm got 19 and 17 right? This is the last one we're gonna bring out.
19 and 7.
Yeah,
This is Acts 19, verse 7. It said, and all the men were about 12. And he went into the synagogue and spake boldly for the space of 3 months, disputing and persuading the things concerning the kingdom of the Most High.
Acts what I'm telling you?
19 and 7.
19 and 17, Salakia.
Verse 17. And this was known to all the Jews and Greeks also dwelling at Ephesus, and fear fell on them all, and the name of the Lord Yahushua was magnified.
So see there? Both those who did know say them are Israelite and settle there, and those who never know. Right? So hey, you just as I say, you go through Acts and just type in that and say everywhere Paul go, him go amongst Israelites. Right? Even those the scripture tell us say him go in a synagogue where the Stoics and the Epicureans them they basically come along. He tell us say yo Israelites him go among same way yo. Right?
Quick one. This is James chapter 1 verse 1. James, a servant of the Most High and of the Lord Yahushua Mashiach, to the 12 tribes which are scattered abroad, greetings.
Exactly. So despite the fact that them they are Romans, it don't change nothing yo. Them just they are Israelites with their Roman soldiers. Nothing more, nothing less. As simple as that. So with that we just hope you brothers were edified. Once again we want to say all praises to Yahweh. Basham Yahushai, Basham Rakak Wadash. Also, shalom to the brothers in the highways and byways pushing this word now, sincerity and truth. The sisters, the believers, the helps. Shalom.
Shalom.